What would you do if you discovered there was a part of you that already knew what would happen tomorrow? That important decision you need to make, that risk you're afraid to take, that path that seems uncertain. What if I told you that you already knew the answer? I'm not talking about fortune-telling. I'm not talking about mysticism. I'm talking about that moment when you felt butterflies in your stomach and ignored them and regretted it. You woke up with the solution to a problem that seemed impossible. You met someone and felt like you'd known them your whole life. Why does this happen? Science calls it intuition. Philosophy calls it inner wisdom. But what it really is much deeper and scarier than you imagine. Today you'll discover the secret behind déjà vu that no one told you, how your sleep is a tool for predicting the future, why those coincidences aren't coincidences, how to access this inner wisdom before making important decisions. Most importantly, you'll understand why ignoring this voice is the biggest mistake you can make. It's not just about how you feel. It's about who you really are and who you can become when you learn to listen to this part of yourself. Don't press the fast-forward button, because in the next few minutes, your view of time, reality, and yourself could change forever. Shall we go on this journey together? Have you ever felt that certainty that comes out of nowhere? Something inside you that just knows. Not because you thought too much, analyzed, or listened to advice, but because, even before any thought, there was already an answer. Has this ever happened to you? Canceling a trip for no apparent reason, only to later discover it was the best decision. Waking up with the solution to a problem that seemed impossible the night before. Meeting someone and immediately feeling an inexplicable connection, as if you've known each other forever. This isn't a coincidence. These are messages. And they don't come from outside. They come from a part of you that has already experienced what you're about to choose. Intuition isn't magic. It's memory. Memory of the future. While you're living this moment, there are other versions of you exploring the consequences of choices you haven't yet made. These other versions have already experienced accepting that job, ending that relationship, moving to a new city, and somehow they send back what they've learned, not as a prediction, but as a feeling. That tightness in your chest at the thought of saying yes. That lightness when imagining a new beginning. That inner voice that whispers, "Don't go." This isn't superstition, it's practical wisdom. And it's during sleep that this connection grows stronger. Sleeping isn't about disconnecting, it's about expanding. It's when your mind goes silent that you connect with these other versions of yourself. That's why you go to sleep with a problem and wake up with the answer. It wasn't rest. It was you on another frequency, testing solutions and bringing back the best one. Your dreams, those vivid, strange, or exciting dreams, aren't just random images. They are stories. Real experiences in other timelines of your own existence. They contain guidance. Learn to listen. And the coincidences? You think of someone and they appear. You need an answer and find exactly what you were looking for. Numbers repeat, doors open. These aren't coincidences. They are confirmations. They are little yeses from the universe, or rather, from yourself. They are signs that the choice you're about to make has already been tested and validated. It leads to a place that makes more sense to who you truly are. The more you pay attention, the more they appear, because you are learning the language of your own wisdom. And déjà vu? That strange feeling of having lived this before. It's not a glitch in the matrix. It's a recognition. It's the moment you enter a scene your expanded self has already experienced. Your body, your soul, have already been there. Sometimes, during déjà vu, you even know what's going to happen next. It's not fortune-telling. It's memory. And those days when something changes overnight, you wake up and know you need to quit that job, that relationship is over, that it's time to change. There are no rational arguments, just absolute certainty, as if a part of you finally managed to shout through the noise of everyday life and say, "Trust me, this is the way." These moments aren't impulses, they're summonses to a truer life. We've been taught that time is a straight line, past, present, future. But what if it's different? What if past, present, and future coexist? Like layers, waves in the same ocean. You're not going to the future. You are, with each choice, selecting which layer you will inhabit. And there's a part of you that's already there, living these potential futures. And when it succeeds, it sends a report back in the form of a hunch, of certainty. Think about it. How many times have you ignored a strong intuition and bitterly regretted it later? How many times have you thought, "I knew it"? That knowing wasn't a hunch. It was the voice of someone who has already lived the consequences of that choice. You're not alone in making decisions. There's an inner intelligence that has already tested the paths for you. It's not outside. It's you, a deeper version of your own consciousness. It communicates through a dream that won't leave your head, through a physical sensation, through a thought that arises out of nowhere, through an impossible synchronicity. Ignoring these signs isn't being rational. It's refusing to help yourself. Every time you honor an intuition, even without understanding it, something changes. The channel strengthens. The inner voice becomes clearer. Trusting your intuition isn't being naive. It's having existential maturity. It's recognizing that you carry within you not only what you've already experienced, but also the wisdom of what you can experience. Many people live in conflict because they choose against their own intuition. And then they ask themselves, "Why didn't I listen to my heart?" The answer has always been there. Before the thought, before the doubt, before the fear. Life flows when you stop resisting what you already know deep down. When you stop seeking answers only in the external world, in opinions, in likes, in validation, and start paying attention to what arises within you. The true guide lies in what you feel before you think. Before the mind begins to analyze, fear, and doubt, there is an internal movement, a tug, a squeeze, a lightness, a silence that speaks louder than 1,000 words. This is the purest signal. This is where your deepest self communicates. You don't need to understand everything to move forward. You just need to trust what you already know, even before you know why. So the next time you feel that quiet certainty, don't call it a coincidence. Don't dismiss it as in your head. Don't wait for logical proof. Just stop, breathe, listen, because maybe, just maybe, you've already experienced this moment, and you're simply reconnecting with it, bringing back the wisdom of someone who already knows exactly what to do. So what changed for you after this video? Tomorrow, when you wake up, when you're about to make a decision, something will be different. That voice will be there, clearer, more present. And now you know, it's not just an impression. It's not just emotion. It's you, your wiser, more experienced self, trying to guide you. And I want to know how this will impact your life. Here's my challenge to you. 1. The 7-day challenge for the next 7 days. Commit to writing down every intuition, every hunch, every coincidence you notice. You don't have to share it with anyone. Just observe. On the 7th day, see how many signs you pick up on that would have gone unnoticed before. 2. The most powerful comment. Now think about that time you ignored a strong intuition and regretted it, or that time you followed a hunch and it paid off. Share it in the comments, starting with, I knew. I knew I shouldn't have trusted that person. I knew it was the right opportunity. I knew something good was coming. Your story could be the confirmation someone else needs to start trusting their intuition. 3. Let's create something together. Each comment like this will build a network of real experiences that show we are not alone in this. This inner wisdom is real and available to all of us. I will personally be reading every comment. I want to know your story, understand how this connection manifests in your life. 4. Next step. If this content resonated with you, if it touched something deep inside you, then you can't miss the next video. We'll dive deeper and reveal 3 practical techniques to strengthen this intuitive connection in your daily life. Click the bell, because this content can completely transform your relationship with your decisions. For today, just remember, from this moment on, you will never hear that inner voice the same way again. It's no longer a mystery. It's a conversation with the wisest part of yourself. And that conversation has just begun. What will you say to it? See you in the comments and in the next video. Until then, trust. Just trust.